That tree there. Whoever doesn't have a camera, yeah, you just stand beside me. Whoever doesn't have a camera, go inside that tree, okay? Okay, so you all should have partners. Okay, let's go.
I need a camera.
Inside this tree.
What's silent?
I don't know, Rob.
Okay, I'm gonna get serious things.
Okay, Jordy. So, if you come here, I get up quite close because we want this to be nice.
Am I smiling or anything?
Yeah, smile. It's good. It's a fun kind of technique to use to show kind of nearly trick photography, which show the spatial relationship between objects in a 2D setting. You're really good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Well, the aim of the course is to create visual awareness in the students. I suppose these days we're so inundated with images and photographs, whether it's on Facebook or advertising, magazines, even on the television, that I think we're desensitized to that kind of visual representations and what it actually means when you translate it into a photograph or any kind of visual kind of image. So the point of the course is to see photography as an art form, to break away from the idea that photography is reality, that we are actually creating the photographs, we're creating the images, and that every element of the photograph is actually sending a message out to the audience. So whether you choose to have harsh shadows or bright colours in the photograph, that's sending a message out to your audience. So we try and concentrate on the conceptual ideas in photography. So it's not just about going out, pressing a button and capturing what's in front of them. And I suppose it's like in other languages, if it's directly translated into English, we'd say, they'd say make a picture rather than take a picture. And I think that's very appropriate to art photography because we're actually making a picture, we're creating it, we're choosing what to have in the frame, what to have out of the frame, and what message that's sending to the audience. So it's about creating visual awareness in the students, that they can see what things represent, what colours represent. If it's a bright colour, for example, it suggests happiness and vitality. Dark colours, and I suppose that's very simple, but these days when we're just we're constantly seeing images and photographs, sometimes it doesn't actually register. So it's about sitting down and going through images, seeing what that actually says to the person. Then it's also about moods, emotion, personality, and as all art forms are, it's a comment on society. It's about personal experience and how that's reflected in the art you do. So you may have an idea or a notion or have been through some experience in your life, and that's going to be reflected in your choices, in your concepts on what you're trying to portray to your audience.
Well, I like doing the self-portraits because you have to pick a part of your life, if it's like a physical, emotional or social, and then you represent it in the picture. Mine was tea, because I was drinking tea, so we got tea bags and ripped them and put the tea on my face. So it just kind of tells you something about the person in the picture that you wouldn't know by just a normal picture.
But there are the basics that obviously are separate to life experience. So the basics are, camera angles and how that's going to send a message, whether it's, to send a message that the person or the personality in the photograph, is a powerful one, is a weak one. Then there's colour.
I liked the shutter speed class. I particularly liked fast shutter speed because it captures an action and it freezes the action. It gives you a sense of excitement, and we went to the mall and we jumped off random things and you really got a feeling of rapture.
The light, it made the photo dark, so it was kind of just the light in the background that you could see, and a lot of the picture was dark, and you could kind of use your imagination on what the picture was about and make up your own story to it.
We do anti-drink, drugs and cigarette campaign, and I brought that in because it is a message to society, but it also helps the students understand how to portray something negative in a photograph or try to portray a message. So anti-drink, drugs and cigarettes, it's trying to steer the audience away from getting involved in such antisocial behaviour. So then the students have to visually show the audience how negative that can be and the impact that can have on somebody's life, on society in general. So it's all about the visual representations, bringing that into something visual rather than just a verbal message.
My favourite was the anti-drink and drugs photographs because we had to put in a lot of thought to the photographs about how we were going to show how alcohol and drugs are bad. We had dark clothes and dark makeup. We had like the pictures down like alleyways and things like that to show that it's bad and that it's in darkness and stuff like that.
Well, we have an exhibition in the Atrium Gallery and Backstage every year, and I think this is really important for the students.
Hello everyone, my name as some of you know is Fergus Kennedy. I'm the County Arts Officer here in Longford, and I just here to say a few very brief words. First of all, thank you all for coming along, to thank you for participating in this really worthwhile programme. I'd like to particularly thank the TY supervisors and principals and staffs of the school who facilitate us and support us and help to make it all possible.
It's important because the whole process of the course it is about creating these conceptual ideas, but I also tell them that once it actually appears in a gallery and it's part of an exhibition, you're handing those images over to the audience, and the audience are bringing their life experience to those images as well. So it's important for them to be able to hand over their work and have an audience, and the audience can reflect on the meaning of their photograph and give feedback to the students.
This year was a bumper year in our school's programme, the fourth year, with an exceptional project being undertaken by all of you during the year on the Longford Mental Health publication, which really was a wonderful piece of work. Beautifully illustrated, beautifully creative and imaginative, illustrating all the good things that this course is supposed to be about.
My idea was with paper bags. What I was trying to show here that paper bags could represent a bad or a negative attitude, which could be just pulled right off the smile, and also that smile is contagious, and one smile can start many others.
Of course, like with any artwork, it's going to be open to interpretation, and I do explain to the students as well, if your audience doesn't actually get the same message that you are sending out, and it varies slightly, that's because of the audience life experience, and that's what they're bringing to the image. So with every piece of artwork you will have that, so it's going to be open to interpretation, but I think it's really important that the students get to see that, get their photographs and their piece of art in an exhibition with other schools as well, and then each student can reflect on the other school's work.